Now, we've all sat through those boring in-flight safety videos, you know, the one that no one actually pays any attention to. Well, the Virgin America airline has changed the pre-flight safety demonstration forever, an innovation that can only do wonders, as you'll see, for the brand.
Got some safety tips that you gotta know, and trust me, it's something that you wanna hear.
So honey, sip your lips and enjoy the show before we move into the stratosphere. Yeah.
So won't you buckle your seatbelt, pull it on tight, and keep you in that chair until we turn off that light. Turn your electrical devices off as fast as you can. Don't make me ask you again.
Now, the airline managing to get 5.8 million people to watch this video without even stepping foot on a plane. 36 dancers spending 26 hours on set using 14 different dance styles, including jazz, tango and breakdancing. On top of the YouTube success, the video also clocking up 430,000 Facebook shares and 17,000 tweets in less than a fortnight. We've put the full video on our Facebook page.
Making sure it fits low and tight across your lap. There you go. To open, lift on the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated, just in case of unexpected turbulence or weather conditions. Personal electronic devices should be turned off and properly stowed during taxi, takeoff, and landing.
Well, pretty impressive, I'm sure you will agree. Now let's stay in the air, and British Airways has launched its brand new Airbus A380 and has marked the event by hosting a Harrods fashion show and champagne breakfast at 30,000 feet. Our high-flying correspondent Yashni Padiachi went along for the ride.
We've just taken the Gautrain from Sandton to OR Tambo International Airport. Now this is where we'll be boarding the new British Airways Airbus A380. They've promised a day showcasing the best of British. Let's see if they live up to that promise. Checking in to check out the world's largest passenger plane. The Airbus A380 is part of British Airways' more than 90 billion rand investment to improve its services. It seats 469 people and boasts increased fuel efficiency. Less fuel, more people, and increased profitability. The London-Johannesburg route is only the third route for the A380 after Los Angeles and Hong Kong. The route's always been lucrative and one the airline wants to grow. By early March, the A380 service will operate 6 times a week on the route. Now, to show off the plane, British Airways flew about 200 guests on the aircraft. A chance to show off the plane and the bond between Britain and South Africa, all at 30,000 feet. High tea from a top Johannesburg hotel, aisles turned to runways for a fashion show from Harrods, and seats became the stage for a top South African band.
Great piece of branding and a great piece of advertising for us, really. I mean, the A380 is a phenomenal aircraft. It's been down here in South Africa for a week. We've taken it on, obviously for training, but at the same time we've taken the opportunity to do a couple of promotional events. So the brand is well known, but it's great to demonstrate our new products.
The airline also had a South African rugby legend on board.
It is my first time on the A380, so I'm pretty much looking forward to getting on board this thing and seeing how it goes. I think it's exciting that South Africa is seen as one of the first 4 routes for BA to go into globally, and Johannesburg is is a top destination for a lot of people, but for BA to sort of want to get a footprint of their new fleet is pretty impressive, and a great tick in the right direction for South Africa.
But if you're accustomed to first class, you'll notice some differences. There's no shower spa or art gallery like Emirates or Virgin Atlantic, but British Airways says its research shows these aren't priorities for its customers. The airline believes innovation is key to keeping a brand moving, and with the growing African market, the introduction of the Airbus A380 is one way of doing just that. Yashni Padiachi for Mags on Media.
Move on now to some behind-the-scenes action on a campaign for an e-tailer. It's the new buzzword for online retailers. The digital clothing shop Spree is taking a fashion-forward approach to marketing. They've enlisted the help of a well-known street artist to create an edgy campaign that speaks to its predominantly female target audience.
Spree is an online store. We sell beautiful hand-picked products across ladies' fashion.
The amazing thing about fashion, it needs to be of the time. It needs to capture right now. It's all about mixing things together, patterns together, colors that are not necessarily supposed to fit together in our sort of last season's heads, but in the new way, everything lives together. It's that combination of odd things together that creates this new feel. And if you keep your eyes open around the world, you'll see that there's a new sort of wave of graffiti, street art busy developing.
What excites me about today's shoot is that we have two very different models. We have two very different sets of clothing. We have a very broad target audience, and I think that what we're showing today is that Spree has a lot of range.
What's really exciting about this campaign, it actually was able to encapsulate that new wave that's busy happening. That is so super exciting.
Creating work for a fashion commercial it really pushes me outside my comfort zone, and it makes me think less about what do I want to paint for myself and more about what's right for this specific purpose.
E-commerce is obviously growing rapidly in South Africa. In the apparel space, customers often feel a little more nervous. And the key question we always get asked is, how do I know it's going to fit? And obviously, Spree provides a lot of sizing information around the model as well as around the clothing. We give you a lot of stuff that helps you gauge what size is right for you. But obviously, if you get the product home, you try it on in the comfort of your own home and you're not completely delighted, we have a 30-day free returns policy, which means that really there's very little risk associated with buying on Spree. We're constantly bringing new brands on board, so watch this space.
This is Mags on Media. Coming up, a big bank making dreams of soccer stardom come true, and how your fridge is becoming a media platform.
News that moves. enca.com.